My name's Joe, I'm an ex-professional football physiotherapist, and in this video I'm going to show you the 4 best exercises for frozen shoulder that you can begin to apply straight away with no fancy equipment. I'm also going to show you the #1 mistake that people make with frozen shoulder, which means that it lasts and they suffer with pain for far longer than it should. If you've got frozen shoulder, you'll know how frustrating and debilitating it can be when you can't lift your arm, you can't lay on the shoulder, you can't reach to put your arm in the sleeve of a coat or a jacket, or you can't even reach behind your back to fasten your bra strap. So the first exercise is perfect if you're someone that struggles to reach to put your arm in the sleeve of a coat. What this exercise is going to do is it's going to externally rotate the shoulder, and it will set you up nicely for the second exercise, particularly if you're someone that struggles with tucking a shirt in, putting your hand in your back pocket, or fastening your bra strap. You can do this seated or standing. I'm going to demonstrate it in standing. Nice and tall, shoulders back, and we want a 90-degree bend in the elbow. And then what we want to imagine then is that we've got a newspaper in here, so you're going to keep your elbow tucked in. That'll maximise the stretch on the shoulder. Palms facing up. We're going to say that my left shoulder is the frozen shoulder, so the left hand is going to lightly grip the pole, and then the right hand is going to push the pole, which will stretch the left shoulder. So it will look something like this. Nice and tall, shoulders back, elbows tucked in, 90-degree bend, lightly grip of the pole, and then we're going to push, keeping the elbow tucked in by your side. A lot of people, they bring their arm out to the side as they do it. It's not going to have the desired effect. You've got to keep that elbow tucked in, and then we're going to push, and then we're going to hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. The second exercise works amazing if things like fastening your bra strap, tucking your shirt in, putting your hand in your back pocket, or scratching your back sets your shoulder off. The idea is not to force it. We don't want to set the soft tissues off and make the shoulder sore, because this exercise directly connects to the next exercise. We're going to stretch the arm into extension. We're going to imagine that we're stretching my left shoulder. So my left hand is going to grip the very end of the pole. The right hand's going to push the pole and stretch the left shoulder into extension. And it's going to look something like this. We don't want to take the shoulder into massive discomfort. We want to stretch it to the point in which there's mild discomfort. And once we find that point, we're just going to hold it for, again, 10 to 15 seconds. The third exercise is the one I give most to people that get discomfort or pain or wince when they reach out in front of them, and done correctly, it will set you up nicely for the final exercise, which is the one that unlocks most of the overhead mobility. We're going to imagine my left shoulder again is the frozen shoulder. My left hand is going to go over the top of the pole, and we're going to take the shoulder into this movement. So if you can imagine, we're trying to relax the left shoulder and let the right hand push the pole, which is going to passively stretch the left shoulder. We just want very mild discomfort, and once you find that point, we're going to hold for 10 to 15 seconds, and we're going to repeat this 10 to 12 times. The last exercise is the one that brings it all together, and this will really help your overhead mobility. But it is worth noting that even if you're doing all 4 of these exercises, there is still a trap that you can fall into, and I'm going to cover that next. We're going to put hand over the edge of the pole, right hand's going to direct the movement, and we're going to take the shoulder into abduction. One of the mistakes people make doing this exercise is they bring their shoulder up towards their ear. The idea is to try and keep everything down so that when we're taking the shoulder into abduction, we're getting the stretch on the shoulder, on the glenohumeral joint. And we're not coming out to the front either. It's perfectly straight out to the side, so it will look like this, not like that. So here's the biggest mistake I see people make when they get a frozen shoulder, and that mistake is that they rest it too much. The reason they rest it is because it's sore, so they try and avoid things that make it uncomfortable. They find themselves majority of the day with their arm tucked into this position, but the problem is if you're not moving and stretching the shoulder, the capsule gets tighter and the frozen shoulder gets worse, therefore the stiffness and the pain will get worse. So not moving the shoulder enough and resting it, thinking it will sort itself on its own, is the #1 reason that frozen shoulder lasts for far longer than it should. And the exercises that we've gone through today, you want to be thinking about doing them every hour that you practically can, and exercising the shoulder to stop the capsule from getting tighter. If you found this video helpful, try the exercises and drop me a comment below and let me know which one worked best for you. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.